Hello friends, welcome. Today in this video we'll be discussing operant or instrumental conditioning. Let us start with the meaning of operant conditioning. Operant means volunteer behavior. The volunteer behavior is the response. We behave in response to some stimuli. So our behavior is kind of response which is manifested by organisms to operate in their immediate environment. If you are behaving in a particular way, we are responding to our immediate environment, which is nothing but operant. So, operant conditioning means learning through reward or punishment. So, this is the basis premise, or you call it as a meaning of operant conditioning. So, if you want to define the operant conditioning, we have to define in these terms. It's a learning process. That is, learning to operate in the immediate environment. And the same process, Skinner named it as a operant conditioning. Now, I am confident that you know the central premise of operant conditioning. In operant conditioning, learning is the function of consequences on behavior. And what is the foundation of operant conditioning? Reinforcement. Now, let us have some discussion on introduction of operant conditioning, which is also known as the instrumental conditioning. The occurrence of operant, that is volunteer action, depends upon the nature of reward. If organism responds to environmental stimuli, that response, that is volunteer action, depends upon the type of reward or the punishment or the reinforcement that organism is getting post response. If reward is satisfying, the operant gets strengthened. If reward is aversive, the operant gets weakened. This means if organism responds to a particular stimuli, if that response is rewarded, certainly organism loves to repeat that response. Whereas if the reward or the reinforcement is aversive one, the organism never try to, even never think of to repeat that response. The study of causes and its consequences, the causes of the response and the consequences of the reinforcement, offers wonderful insight to understand the voluntary behavior, what is B.F. Skinner called as a operant conditioning or instrumental conditioning. Now, B.F. Skinner discussed various types of operants. The first one is the neutral operant. The operant or response that neither increase nor decrease the probability of occurrence of a behavior. Then reinforces the environmental stimuli or the environmental response that increases the probability of occurrence of a behavior. Remember, reinforcers can be negative as well as the positive. They always tend to increase the probability of occurrence of that particular response. Then punishers, there is a type of operant also. The environmental stimuli that decreases the probability of occurrence of behavior. The only problem the students face is while differentiating between the punishment and the negative reinforcement. Remember, where you find the word reinforcement, whether it is a positive one or it's a negative one, it always increases the probability of occurrence of particular response or behavior, whereas the punishment decreases the occurrence of probability of that behavior. Now, what are the consequences of behavior? Positive reinforcement. The reward received as a consequence of behavior and have capacity to strengthen that particular behavior is called the positive reinforcement. It's a very simple one. For example, you fed a small puppy. The puppy waved her tail and licked your hand. You feel satisfied. The internal satisfaction is your reward. It is likely that next time you love to feed that puppy again, because her behavior rewarded you. Her wagging tail and small cuckoo sound has satisfied you internally. There's a kind of reward, there's a kind of positive reinforcement for you. Then comes the negative reinforcement. Remember, it is a reinforcement, but it's a negative. The removal of unpleasant or aversive stimulus to strengthen a behavior. For example, your home is almost 3 to 4 kilometers away from your college. In the hot summer day, you have to walk all the way to reach the college. You didn't have any transportation facility. In the hot summer day, it is always very difficult and very tough to walk. Seeing your plight, your parents decide to buy you a two-wheeler. That my daughter or my son is struggling so hard to study, so let us purchase a two-wheeler for her. Your frequency of going to college increases because the aversive stimulus, that is the hot sun, is removed and your behavior is strengthened. You would like to bunk college regularly because you are afraid or you feel discomfort to walk in the sun, modulated with the dust. But the moment you got your two-wheeler, so your frequency of bunking from the college decreases. That is, your attendance in the college increases because the aversive stimulus has been removed for you, or it has been taken care of by some other mean. Then punishment. Here, punishment means it used to weaken a behavioral response. For example, you refuse to stop eating while watching TV. Most of the urban population face this problem nowadays in India, where not only kids, even parents watch TV and have their food. Now, your mother requested you to not to do the same thing again and again, but you didn't listen. In that case, your mother switched off the TV and said, first finish your meal, then only you will be allowed to watch TV. The switching of the TV, that is, you are not allowed to watch your favorite TV program, is a kind of punishment for you. So what has been done here? Eating and simultaneously watching TV, your behavior is weakened. Remember, punishment can also be positive and negative. But in both the type of positive and negative punishment, the behavior is weakened. Whereas the reinforcement, if it is a positive or if it is negative, the behavior is strengthened. So what is positive punishment? Introduction of aversive stimulus to weaken a behavior. What is the negative punishment? A removal of aversive stimulus to weaken a behavior. Extinction. The non-existence of the behavior that has been learned previously due to reinforcement. That's the same phenomena which you have learned in classical conditioning. The behavior which has been learned due to some reinforcement, whether it's a positive, negative, or the punishment, if that behavior is extinct, not available right now, in consequence of that particular stimulus, that we call it as a extinction. Now, Skinner gave a schedule of reinforcement. What is that? The rules that governs the delivery of reinforcement. And these are the 5 types of rules. The first one is the fixed interval. Remember, the title itself is sufficient and it explains what this rule contains. Fixed interval. This means there is a fixed time gap between the presentation of 2 reinforcements. That's the simplest explanation of this schedule of reinforcement. So the response rate in the fixed interval is medium, while the extinction rate is also medium. If we present these 2 reinforcers with fixed time gap between them, in that case, both the response rate and the extinction rate is of medium. Then variable interval. The interval or the time gap between the presentation of 2 reinforcers is variable, not fixed one. Sometime after 10 seconds, some after 15, 5, 9, it varies. That is the random delivery of reinforcement. The response rate is fast in this type of schedule, while the extinction rate is low. Fixed ratio. The delivery of reinforcement after the fixed number of responses. Here the word ratio means the number of responses of that organism are counted. If the first reinforcement was delivered after 10 responses, then again the second reinforcement will be only delivered after the organism has responded 10 more times. There is no impact of time here. How much time that individual or the organism takes to respond doesn't have any role here. In the fixed ratio schedule, the response rate is fast while the extinction rate is medium. Variable ratio. Here, the responses of the individual varies. That is, the delivery of reinforcement after uncertain number of responses. Sometime it is after 5 responses, some 11, 2, 17, 3. There is a randomness. And remember, in variable ratio, the response rate is fast while the extinction rate is slow. And the last schedule is the continuous reinforcement. In this, the delivery of reinforcement after each response. And the response rate is slow in this and the extinction rate is faster. And the fastest schedule where learning occurs is the variable ratio. So if you look at the graphical representation of 4 type of schedules, here the continuous reinforcement is not added here. Now see, this is the variable ratio, the cumulative number of responses, and this is time. And this is fixed ratio, variable interval, and fixed interval. You can see the responses are more in lesser time in variable ratio. This is the red colored line, which I explained you. That is, if you present the reinforcement in variable ratio scheduled to an organism, then the response rate or the learning is faster while extinction is slower, and learning will be in lesser time. And instrumental or operant conditioning is also a type of learning process. Okay, dear friends, our next discussion will be difference between the classical conditioning and operant conditioning. Now, if you love and like the content and the presentation style, tell to others. But if you have any question, any query, or any critical comment to make, just drop a comment in my comment box, or you can email me at vermasujit@yahoo.com. Thank you, friends.